Hello everyone, it's great to see you again. Welcome back at to Rocket Railways. Today we're going to look at a Bachmann. Yes, you heard me. It is a Bachmann, not a Hornby. Anyways, so today's Bachmann is a Shunters truck, and I normally don't really review rolling stock, but I guess in the greatest spec of things, everything of model railway is important. So if you feel the same and you think this is great to look at and to take in and to appreciate, then welcome and I hope you enjoy it. And if not, if you think this is just a waste of time, who's interested in rolling stock, blah blah blah, well, so be it. But don't lose out, because this is some really good stuff. And there's a reason why I chose the Bachmann Shunters truck. The reason why I chose this is the logo Departmental black livery, and obviously, as we all know the history, they all started out as GWR shunter trucks and later became into rolling into BR stock. And also, having said that, the Bachmann just look a little bit better, the finishes that I've seen, and also the fact that Bachmann actually gives a little accessory pack that I'm not aware that Hornby is actually giving that. So that was one of the motivational reasons why I went for the Bachmann and not the Hornby one. But nevertheless, let's have a look at this Bachmann Shunters truck. And if you were also confused in the beginning what a Shunters truck is, let me just tell you about it. So, to understand the Shunters truck, you need to understand how freight works and how freight was worked and how yards worked in order to get the concept of a Shunters truck. They were yard vehicles, well considered. They did not go out on trains apart from very short distance trips, and normally worked with a particular pilot and hence with a team of shunters. But before we go into too much history and what the shunters truck entail, let's just have a look at the shunters truck on my little round table. Alright, as I'm aligning the camera here, we can see here is the shunters truck, and there is one of the shunter workers, and let's see here, and there we go, there's the accessory packet, and it consists of quite a few little things, especially the two lamps that you get with as well. And I like them because they also got kind of like a different look to them, and they are painted, whereas the Hornby ones are just normally plain, and leave it up to us to paint it normally. But yeah, it's not just different manufacturers and how they do things, but I really like sometimes getting Bachmann things does actually help. I also have a lot of Bachmann 00GAUGE people on the layout, as well as animals and rolling stock, of course, like this one, the Shunters truck. Also, getting back to the Shunters truck here, You see the box, and the box also comes with the protection sleeve cover, which is great. And I mean, the price of these items are just skyrocketing, so a person would like for it to be safe and transported safely so that you get value for your money. Anyways, having a look at it here, you'll see the description on the box on the side here, where it says, where there's a description code from Bachmann, and of course the BR Departmental logo Shunters truck description on the side of the box. Very exciting indeed. Now, these shunter trucks were quite common on the busier yards and depots where there was a lot of movement required. Shunter workers used to joke and say, "Our sweet chariot awaits." The shunters rode on it to save walking around the yard to get to the next wagon to couple or decouple. This way, their tools were always with them. Don't have to carry it the whole day. Shunting poles, brake sticks, possibly sprags, a lamp or two or three. Although this was not the shunter's main purpose. A few old fish plates, unofficially but handy, where re-railing and derailment you didn't want higher authority to hear about. Usually on a freight trip, there wouldn't be a team of 2 shunters, but a guard who might have someone to assist at the more complex and busier places, but would otherwise do all the shunting work themselves. On short trips, traveling without a guard, it was not unusual to see the shunter's truck go with a pilot engine, but really very short distances, like in and around villages and village stations, like this one at Taroko 00 Railways. But to better understand the shunter's truck, we have to go back to the fleet of the Great Western Railway wagons, and that was both large and varied as it carried the whole variety of goods traffic on the Great Western Railway. The railway company that operated for the longest period of time, from 1838 to 1947, covering a large geographical area. In 1902, the company owned 59,036 wagons, and by 1926, this had risen to 88,580 units. The first shunter wagons produced were just open boxes, but covered vans were added from 1860s, and a wide range of special wagons were built to handle many specific traffics and very specialized traffics. Towards the end of the shunter truck's existence, they were painted in grey livery, but before that, both black and red had been used at different times. So, different times, different colors. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Shunters Truck. So, thank you everyone for joining me at the Rocker 00 Railways for the introduction of the Shunters Truck on our railway layout. Take care, everyone. God bless. All my best, Elizabeth.